Hey guys, Xaryu here, and today Arena is out. It is September 4th. Well, Arena's supposed to be out. It is September 4th, but as I'm recording this, servers are still down for some reason. Blizzard, please! But as you guys are watching this video, I'm sure Arena is out, and I'm really excited to get things started here in this season. What comps I'm going to be playing, a bunch of different stuff like that, the metagame developing. It's a lot of fun stuff. But right here in this game, this is when Arena wasn't out because I recorded this yesterday. And these are some games versus some war games, actually. So not skirmishes, but war games versus an Ellie Warrior and Discipline Priest. The enemy team, I think, is triple rank 1 players. So the games are a little bit better than just playing skirmishes. And I am playing Arms Warrior, Arcane Mage, Restoration Druid, which I think has the potential to be a pretty good comp, but I don't know. I don't know what's actually going to be good. I got a lot of questions in the stream. Xaryu, what comp's going to be good? What comp should I play? And I mean, the overarching answer is I don't know yet, and nobody knows yet because the metagame hasn't developed. For example, there might be a comp that's very, very, very strong on paper, but it gets countered easily in the metagame, and you just get counter comped every game, so it's not actually good on ladder. Things like that happen, right? So we don't actually know what's going to be really, really powerful. However, based on these games, it felt like this could be a comp that's pretty good. So general strategy for Arcane, guys. There's a few key things you want to be focused on. Okay. The main thing is spell stealing. Since spell steal costs almost no mana, you want to make sure the target that you're killing, in this case the Ellie Shaman, has no stamina buff from Priest, no powered shield from Priest, no hots, no buffs at all, right? If you're hitting a completely clean target, it's going to be very, very good for you guys to actually be able to kill him, right? So he's completely clean, and you're going for CC is the second thing. So clean the target, CC, with control, so Ring of Frost, Polymorph slows, counterspell, so CC or control. And that third thing, guys, is you're coming in hot with the executes, right? You have 35% or lower execute on Arcane, kind of, right, from the Arcane pressure trait. So you're gonna be doing a lot of damage under 35% life. So your spell steals, your control, and those executes is really what you're aiming for in a competition like this, or a competition like FMP. Maybe in RMP it's a little bit different because you're actually supplying a lot of that burst as well. But in a comp like that, or comp like this is generally what you're doing. We get the Trinket Wall immediately there from the Shaman. We get the Will of Forsaken from the Priest as well. And the Shaman's running around the pillar. It's very difficult for us to actually connect up onto him, which means we can split a little bit of pressure here onto the Warrior if we want, but it's not absolutely needed. Warrior isn't really going to be our targeted choice, but he could be, right? If the Shaman continues to never look at me, never even come in my line, we could end up going on the Warrior as well. I did land the full poly there. It did break, unfortunately, to my Warrior's AoE cleave. I think he figured out what was breaking that, so we want to keep an eye on that. I'm taking a lot of damage. We actually get an execute 18k. It didn't crit. If it did crit, he would have died. It did not crit. It takes him down to 9% life. Now we have no more charges, so we can use charged up and execute again if he's still under 35% life. But the Priest is not in CC, so we would expect a lot of heals to come in pretty soon here on to that Elemental Shaman. I did get a little bit low myself. Excuse me, I'm a little bit sick right now, still trying to get over that. But have a lot of hots, have greater invisibility for that damage reduction, and I have blinks, right? So I'm blinking away. You also might notice I'm playing Shimmer, and I'm not playing Mage Armor. And you might be like, why? Mage Armor is busted. I agree with you, it is busted. But I think Shimmer in a 3v3 situation to actually help you get the polys, help you play a little bit more offensive when it's really hard to kill an Arcane Mage anyway is probably the play. So I'm still playing Shimmer in 3s. However, in a 1v1, 1v2, Mage Armor is still kind of the way to go. So we actually get him to 2% life there. He does survive just a little bit longer. By the time I do the Charged Up and Barrage, he gets a little bit more heals from the Priest, and that's just a little unfortunate on that timing there. Go for a Sheep on the Priest, do get Premonition out of the way, get Wind Shear out of the way on myself as well, but Priest is still lining. So the enemy team is doing a great job with the Priest position, the Shaman position. They're not letting me push in. I'm not playing RMP where we can just stun one, cheap shot one, kidney one, cheap shot one, all of them stunned, boom, land the Sheep. I'm playing WMD, so it's actually very difficult to land the CC, the consistent CC that you would expect from an RMD or an RMP. So it's more just like do damage on anything you can, get CC when it comes, and then throw out a ton of burst damage. I could have moved from that cap totem. That wasn't very clean of me. Could have gone like one more yard out of range there. Still going for these sheep, trying to shoot the shears, trying to shoot the kicks, but they have essentially like maybe 4 stops. They have the Wind Shear, the Warrior Kick, the Priest Premonition, the Storm Bolt, a lot of different stops there. Full Sheep finally landing on the Priest. We're going for the half Ring of Frost. And finally, guys, Shaman has no wall, right? Priest, I don't think has Pain Sup. He has no Trinket. Shaman has no Trinket, 43% life. So as soon as I can get in this Shaman's range here, going to throw another Polymorph out into that Cyclone. I can blink, and boom, we throw out that blink to execute there, and the Shaman eventually goes down. So, like I said, guys, control, spell steals, execute, kind of the name of the game for Arcane playstyle. I actually was playing a bit of Frost yesterday as well, playing some Rogue Mage chooses Frost. If you guys want to see those games, definitely let me know. But I've been liking Arcane for this reason, is because it's just, you know, it's very clean cut. It's very simple. You're cleaning them. You're setting up. It's almost like a support class, but then you have a little bit of burst as well, and you have this big execute. So you actually get the killing blows. Look at this. Arcane Mage killing blows 3. Okay, 3 killing blows. The damage, overall damage, was a bit lower though, right? Warrior damage is going to be much, much, much higher than mage damage. Consistent pressure, but we have the control, we have the spell steals, we have this execute. So the value is really brought to the table, even though your damage is much, much lower than your warriors. Alright guys, another game versus the same exact composition on Black Rook Hold Arena. Similar strategy here, and I also definitely wanted to say we can hit the warrior as well, right? If Shaman is running too much, and you can never ever connect to the Shaman, then you can hit warrior. And I think a lot of people, when they play mage, kind of get too tunnel vision on one target, and a lot of times you can swap targets, and that is definitely okay. Spamming out the spell steals. I should put the priest on my focus any second here. And there's the focus target. A lot of people asking me Nether Tempest. When should I be using Nether Tempest? I don't see you using it, Xaryu. Why aren't you using Nether Tempest? That's a good question, and because I do talent into it, and the Nether Tempest isn't being used very frequently because it breaks CC, right? If I Nether Tempest the warrior right here, we get a full poly, get a fear, whatever, and the Nether Tempest breaks the polymorph or the fear. It's not worth it. The extra damage isn't worth it, so I don't use it. So you might be like, why don't you talent into it? So we have 2 other options. We have Touch of the Magi, which also breaks CC, so and you can't control that, so you don't want that at all. And then you have Reverberate, and Reverberate gives you more arcane charges. I think Reverberate is okay on the arcane explosions. However, I think a lot of the times Reverberate it just doesn't give you any value. Like in this game, it would probably give me 0 value. So I go Nether Tempest and just don't use it very often. You can use it to stop restelts. You can use it if they're really far away and you know it's not going to break CC. But a lot of times, you just don't use it. Get a full polymorph there, which is nice. That Shimmer paying dividends, but the Warbanner makes it a little bit shorter than we would have liked. But we did get that Warbanner cooldown out of the way. Elemental Shaman pops his shield wall, so he's not going to have that for that next setup. So that's good, right? We're forcing the defensive cooldown. So we got the Warbanner, got the shield wall. We're playing pretty aggressive right now. We're pushed in, but I'm not super scared. I have pretty much every defensive cooldown. I have that Trinket Temp Shield, the Invisibility, Ice Block. I have a lot of defensive abilities, so I'm pretty much ready for whatever they throw at me. Trying to get a polymorph, the shear comes out, the Stormbolt comes out, and there's a lot of stops. The enemy team's playing well and stopping my polymorphs, but we're continuing that pressure. And if Shaman's running, look at this, we can hit the warrior as well. Just to note as well, Arcane Blast, guys, you're not really casting it too much in PvP. It just allows you to get kicked. It opens you up on that Arcane school. If you get kicked in Arcane, then you can actually die. Shaman's running a lot, so we're gonna actually get that full sheep onto the priest and start hitting the warrior, right? Warrior's 33% life, 25% life, 8% life. He has his Die by the Sword and the Rallying Cry popped. Die by the Sword fades, Rallying Cry still up. Warrior's getting very low, 1%. And he does actually catch that pain suppression. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So I decided to swap back to the Shaman, but Rallying Cry fades. Pain suppression almost fades and Warrior goes down. So this point of this game, guys, for me to show you this game is like, we want to go Shaman. Shaman's the kill target. Shaman's the best target to kill here. But if Shaman's playing very defensive to the point where he's not even in my line of sight the entire match, guess what? Don't go Shaman. Go on Warrior. And that's part of World of Warcraft, right? It's not just like, if you're playing WMD and you're fighting this, go this. No, it depends on positioning. It depends on defensive cooldowns. It depends on trinket usage. It depends, if the enemy are making themselves a good swap target, you're supposed to swap, right? So that's the thing about World of Warcraft, guys. It's always very variable. That's why the game is very fun. It's different every time. But you want to keep your mind open for things like that, right? Go Shaman, but if he's running too much, swap targets to the person that's closer, right? And it's this way in pretty much every single comp that you're going to play to a varying degree. As RMP, it's very much like this. As WMD, maybe a little bit less, but you still want to keep those things in mind. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you did not enjoy the video, make sure to give it a big thumbs down. Talk to me in the comments about what you guys want to see for next time. The arena season's starting, so I'm going to be trying a bunch of different compositions, maybe some FMP, RMP, Shadow Priest Mage, Warlock Mage, whatever it is. Alright, let me know what you want. Going to be uploading some of the content, some of the breakdowns here on the YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next upload. Peace.